Hello Patriots, welcome to Once Again Tarot. My name is Molly and here I am with another political read. So I had a slight difficult time compiling some questions today or over the last week because well, everything's crazy as we know. So it's snowing outside and I'm home and I'm ready to do this, okay? So I'm going to use this Morgan Greer deck because it's patriotic, right? And I have fewer questions this week, but and I was waiting to compile more, but let's just get at it. Pitter patter. Okay, so I'm going in my notes here. So my first question today is on censorship. Sometimes I think that the questions I am asking are, a lot of us are kind of like, duh. You know, we know what they're trying to do, but it's kind of fun to get a little more detail and see maybe if we're wrong, right? I'm open to being wrong. I don't want to be, but I'm open to it. Are you? You should be. Or I'm not going to tell you what you should be, but being open to being wrong is very attractive in a person, if you ask me. Pardon? Okay, so first question. Censorship. What are they protecting? What are they protecting? Why do they keep taking all these social media platforms, all these communication platforms, and why are they stopping mostly conservatives, but just anyone? What are they trying to protect, right? What are they trying to protect? What is the censorship for? What's it for? Wheel of Fortune, 3 of Wands, 6 of Wands, 4 of Swords, Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck. So this is obviously, so focus, hocus, pocus. The Queen of Swords is about cutting stuff off. It's about, the swords are about communication, right? They're about, it's the airspace. So it's what we hear, it's what we communicate. It travels through space. And the Queen of Swords cuts shit off. That's what she's known for. Actually, look, she's on the cover of this deck here. So the Queen of Swords cuts stuff off. And so obviously they are taking the assertiveness to cut things out. That's obvious. That's what we're talking about here. So bear with me a moment. We have the Wheel of Fortune, 3 of Wands, the 6 of Wands, and the 4 of Swords. So there's this waiting. There's this waiting situation, and they're waiting for this victory here. This 6 of Wands is about victory, about being recognized. And this is for a certain, it looks like they're waiting for a certain person to get the proper recognition by cutting stuff off, right? We have a 4 of Swords here, which expresses this state of meditation and taking the current knowledge that someone has attained, sword after sword, or battle after battle, or communication after communication, conversation after conversation, and they're taking them and they're sitting with them and they're going over it in their head. It's not straight hermit mode, but it's definitely like the contemplation of the communication and the information that's out there. And the Wheel of Fortune. So there's this necessity to cut certain communications off so that things work out in somebody's favor. There's a waiting for a victory for someone in particular, it feels like. And here's more of that waiting energy. And we have a lot of action, and we have with these wands here, and we have passion, action and passion, and we have a lot of thoughts and communication with these swords here. With this Wheel of Fortune, it's kind of like, yeah, I know, but Spirit, I want to love more. I'm going to pull a couple more cards on this. Censorship. What are they protecting? They're protecting. My question was, what are they protecting? And they're protecting with that Queen of Swords stuff. They're protecting the victory of waiting for the outcome. So they're trying to secure the turn of events by cutting things off. so that they can have the proper victory. That's what those cards are saying. And yeah, that's what I already knew. Isn't that what you already knew? Okay, then we'll just move on. Next question. Let's see. This is the deportation freeze. What's going on? Texas isn't allowing a freeze of this deportation. They keep extending the ability for within their state to deport illegal aliens, right? What's my question here? Why is the Biden administration halting deportation of these illegal aliens, immigrants? Why, Biden? Why, man? Why? Chariot. Fast movement. Nine of Swords. Is that 9? That is 9. Sleepless nights. Stress. Can't stop thinking about something. 8 of Wands. Major communication. Back and forth from one point to another. It's coming back and forth. It's passionate communication. Knight of Pentacles. Slow movement. Opposite of this Chariot. The Chariot goes fast. The Pentacle goes slow. This is fast and this is slow. Interesting. And then on the bottom of the deck, 3 of Cups. What was my question? Why is Biden halting this deportation? I think that he's worried about the communication that's going to come out from the people who are being deported. He's trying to slow it down because he's worried that the communication that they can express maybe to on their path to back to their home could make things very detrimental with this 9 of Swords. Or if he lets them go, there's going to be a lot of communication that might not work out in his favor with this Chariot. This is about the yin and the yang. It's about things, passionate movement forwards, but it's like it works out because you put in the efforts to the point of where it does work out. 3 of Cups on the base of the deck. Why is he stopping deportation? I think he's worried about the communication that's going to come out of these folks that are being held. He's worried about what they're going to say or what they're going to do once they get home. I guess it seems like they have some sort of hold on him. He's there's this reservations of letting them go because the proper communication or whatever they're going to say when they get back home or once they have the freedom to speak because they're no longer detained here in the States is he's scared of that. He's scared of them coming together and gaining strength with their people, with their like-minded people who have the same emotional intentions. Interesting. Okay. What do they know? Let's start interviewing them. Let's interview them where they stand. We can't get done. Next question. The impeachment trial. So when I wrote these notes, they're like, what will we see come of it? But guess what? We know. Incited. No impeachment. You can't impeach a civilian, right? So let's see. What should this question be then? Okay, how about this? How about what are further actions that will be taken towards Donald Trump, considering that this impeachment didn't happen? What further actions will be taken towards Donald Trump on behalf of the people, the Senate, the House? One more shuffle and then a split. Cut. What kind of action can we expect to see taken towards Donald Trump at this point? 9 of Pentacles. That's success. Personal success. Personal attainment. Not worrying about anyone else. It's personal attainment. Knight of Swords. Insistent communication. The Star. Wish fulfillment. coming from a place of making sure that, kind of like that chariot energy, like working towards the goals and going passionately towards them, which is what the chariot does. But the star works towards goals and alchemizes life and like kind of makes things happen, makes dreams come true. Ace of Cups. The base of the deck, Four of Swords. So I don't think that they're going to do anything for a little while with this Four of Swords. No one's going to take any more action towards Trump because guess what? He's okay. He's a Nine of Pentacles. He's like got it together. That communication that wanted to be had, that people were insisting to make happen, like necessary, like trying to put blood on that sword. They were trying to end this thing with this hasty communication. But there's like, he was a big winner on that one, in my opinion. So like with this card, nothing's going to happen. Look, the sun is under that. It's good. And then we also have the Four of Pentacles, which is like hanging on to this situation. The sun, best card in the deck. Four of Swords, there's nothing they can do. They're going to keep looking at what it is that has happened, and they're going to try and find more, but I don't think there's a lot to find because the truth is out there. The truth is spoken on behalf of 45, right? And he's in a good place. A really good place. All right, cool. One more. Okay, I have one more. Sorry, there's only 4 today this time, guys. But I hope this is fun. So this 4th one is something I heard on the Epic Times with Roman on his YouTube channel. Anyhow, in the city of a city in Florida, their computer systems with a water distribution company, their the water supply, the concentration of the chemicals were altered, and someone keeps an eye on that, on those on the concentration of these chemicals regularly, like, because of course you can't tamper with that stuff because that is what people drink, right? It's the source of life. It's the fountain of youth. It's water. So what happened was someone breached the technical aspects of it, and they changed the concentrations of certain chemicals profoundly to where it was noticeable, and the water was then contaminated. This is a major security breach. You can't. Someone was trying to contaminate the water, and that would affect the people. So the FBI came in on it. The Secret Service came in on it. What's my question here? Oh yeah. What's the motive of hacking this water supply? I mean, actually, okay. Who did it and why? Who hacked the water supply? Right here. And why? Okay, so who? The justice system. The political people. Politicians. That this card is telling me that political people, someone who doesn't think that there's justice, is that's a part of a justice system of sorts, doesn't think that this was fair. And they were given strong communication to take action. So it's someone who has a lot of ability. It's probably someone who is often seen with this Knight of Wands, someone who is in politics, who is a strong communicator. Of course, maybe they weren't the one, doing it, but they're the ones that told somebody to take care of this business. Okay, and why? We have the Magician. And the Magician I love a lot of the times, but if he's not a good magician, he's a manipulator, because he does have all these powers, and he does have the know-how. He has the ability to manipulate all the elements to get what he wants, or to create the image of what he wants, right? So they're trying to create this image that something wasn't working. It's interesting that, so this is crops, right? This is actual crops. This is a farmer, and they might have been trying to contaminate some sort of food source. I don't know what food source comes out of Florida besides oranges, but there was this conflict with the Seven of Wands. There's this like defensive thing. So they're trying to defend, they were trying to defend some sort of agriculture situation. They were trying to manipulate the water, obviously, to manipulate the ground, to manipulate the crops, to potentially manipulate what someone maybe, someone who's in control of that community. They're trying to make people think differently of them. Ooh, yeah, on the bottom of the deck we got the Tower. So they're trying to bring shit down. Luckily it got stopped. It's really interesting. I'm curious to see what happens with that story, but it's kind of crazy how many stories like that we become aware of and then they just fall away because the news only likes to portray fear and not follow up on stories. Like, there's so many questions I have about so many things that just don't come up in the news. All right, so I think that's it, Patriots. I really appreciate you coming out. Next week I'll try and have more questions, and thanks so much for being here. I love your support. If you want to support my channel, just hit the subscribe button. That is escalating me into my success, and it's getting more people up on my channel, and I want to know what you want to hear about. Please leave a comment or email me. My email